Hey VC, what's happening out there in the YouTube land? Um, just hanging out here, you know. Been cleaning records today and listening to records, you know. Taking it easy here on a Sunday afternoon, drinking my coffee. Got some recent picks ups. I got some recent picks ups I want to show you. The first thing I want to start off with is something I watched last night. It's the new documentary by Kurt Cobain by Kurt Cobain. It's called Montage of Heck, and it's 2 hours plus documentary plus an hour of extras. And this is the Blu-ray version. Or no, I think this is the CD version. Or DVD version. And it's extremely good. A lot of people have gave it a lot of bad reviews. They say it's not the definitive and it's just thrown together. And I don't think that at all. I'd give it a 10 plus. I think it's really, really good. Plus, there's so much footage on here that I've never seen before. Turn that down a little bit. There's so much footage on here I've never seen before. You know, that alone to me is worth getting because it's so intriguing. And then I also picked this up at a thrift store, Jive Bunny and the Master Mixers, the album. I have this on cassette. And this is just basically that. It's a lot of different kinds of songs and music put together, all with like a drum beat. And sort of like Stars on 45 used to be, sort of like that. Don't laugh, but I picked up the new One Direction CD. This is the deluxe edition, made in the AM. And this one has like handwritten letters from the band, which you can barely read. And then it has, you know, it's in book form. Just the deluxe one is in book form. And I can't even flip it here because it's a stiff cardboard. Let's see if there's a band shot in here. There's fans, and each one of them has their own page and it has the lyrics. And, I haven't listened to this yet. I know I've heard 2 songs off of it. So, yes, I'm One Direction fan. I also seen that on vinyl, but I'd actually like to have their first 3 on vinyl, more so. But, what can you do? I think their last 2 came out on vinyl. So on to the vinyl. Let me scoot this over. First thing I'll be showing is flute music from the Andes. And, it looks really interesting there, to say the least. And then this one here is the United States Air Force Rock Group, Washington, D.C. And, that's really interesting, too. They do cover songs on here. They do Tom Sawyer, Gloria, and then there's some originals on here, like I'm assuming Attack of the Micros. I'm assuming that's an original. So that ought to be interesting to check out. Starting early with some Christmas music. This is Jackie Gleason's White Christmas. I just didn't have this one. So now I do. And this is also another Jackie Gleason I didn't have, Romeo and Juliet. And then this one was $2, and I didn't mind paying $2 for it because 1, it's an awesome cover. 2, it's a Phase 4 record, and it had an extra record in it. It's Ronnie Aldridge and his 2 pianos, and then it had Stanley Black album in there as well. So, that's worth picking up. And you've heard me go on about Phase 4 records, how much I like those. This is another one, Provocative, Piano, Volume 2, Dick Hyman and his orchestra. This is a Command record. You know, can't go wrong there. This is also another one, Electrodynamics. Just love those abstract covers. That was only $1 too. Both of those were $1. And then this one here, this was also $1. I found this one at a thrift store. Scenic Light, Command record. 1966 magnificent movie themes. I've said in a previous video, a recent video, that I've got a ton of those and they keep showing up. So, you know, all the rest of these are going to be sort of in a similar theme. This is Jimmy Swaggart with Friends, Color Me a Story. I actually have this already. But the picture on the back is just so great. Look at that. That's sort of what sold me, even though, like I said, I have this. It also has a 12-page booklet. And this is sort of like the Jim and Tammy records that they did when they were doing, you know, kids records, more or less. It's basically the same thing. It's just Jimmy Swaggart doing it. So, it's a hilarious record. It's great. Everybody needs to have one of those. They have a sense of humor, that is. This one is Songs of the Sawdust Trail, Alan McGill. It's a great cover, too. And this one I actually have on CD. Wilma Lee and Stoney Cooper, Walking Up Calvary's Hill. I really like this Southern Gospel type stuff. It has Tramp on the Street. I have that on a CD compilation, too. And then they have the Little Rosewood Casket. You know, that's a great song. It's quite morbid, but it's a great song. This one is the Waters Family, not to be confused with Scott Waters. The Glory Special. I mean, actually, this could be. Let's see. This could be Scott Waters right here, or maybe this could be Scott Waters. You tell me, Scott. You know anything about this? Anyway, I haven't listened to this one yet, but it's got a song called The Lighthouse on it, and I'm familiar with a song called The Lighthouse. See if it's the same one. This one here is still sealed. It's God's Children songs. God's Children loves to sing, and they also love to make dresses. You know, that's so worth $1. Still sealed, and I will be opening that and playing it. It was marked down from $3 to $1. This is another one that's still sealed. My Evangelistic Specials by Evangelist Gertrude Patrick. This is such a great cover there. And there she is on the back. So, and yes, I do listen to these records. I mean, I don't listen to them as soon as I get them, but eventually I do get around to them. This one's I Sing Because It's in My Heart. This is also Gertrude. And she has a sticker on her forehead. And this one's still sealed as well for 99 cents. And this one here is Peggy Bush, The Way That He Loves. She's holding her rose there. Some cool stuff. I don't care what anyone says. You know, it's funny because anybody that's watched my videos, you know, they see my metal updates, and, you know, I like a lot of rock and classic rock and black metal and all that stuff, and then I'm showing kids records and gospel records and stuff. Hey, that's how I roll. This one is Oh Come, Let Us Sing Unto the Lord. This is the Southern Airs. And these covers on these records are just so outrageously great. I have to have them. This one I'd actually seen online. Jim Nabors, I See God. I have a lot of Jim Nabors records and some CDs. So this one I'd seen is like, oh, I hope I can find that. Sure enough. The last one I'll be showing in this video, just to sum it up, is the Children's Bible in sound and pictures. It's a Peter Pan record. Got a glare on it. And it came with this book. That's so great. And, you know, it's fully illustrated. It's like a comic book form. So, you know, that's really cool. And then it's a 2-record set. And it has the custom labels there. Adam and Eve, and there's Moses and 10 Commandments. And And then if I can get this other one out of here. Having technical difficulties. Please stand by. And there's, let's see, there's the custom label there. And there's the custom label there. So yeah, this is really cool. I was at a thrift store when I bought this. I was at Goodwill. And I looked over and there was a guy standing in the same aisle that I work with. And I said, hey, I said, you going to buy me this children's Bible record? And he just looked at me. He goes, oh, well, you're into vinyl, huh? You're into the records. And, yeah, you could say that. And he said, I don't think anybody's making records anymore. They don't. I was like, well, a lot of people that's not into records would think that. I said, do you have a record player? And he goes, no, I got rid of that stuff years ago. I said, well, you need to go get you a record player. Go buy you a turntable and buy you some records. And he just looked at me again and walked away. And I seen him at work the next day, and I said, what'd you buy me at Goodwill yesterday? You buy me anything? No, he said, us poor people have to shop at Goodwill. It's like, hey, nothing wrong with that. You know, I'd go to my share of thrift stores and so on. Me and Kat went to 3 thrift stores yesterday in the middle of all of our other places that we went. So anyway, that's the video. That's the stuff. I got some more stuff coming up in another video. And so please subscribe and like this if you do. I appreciate it. And, you know, leave some comments. Let me know how goofy I am and what you think about those records. If you think it's like, really? Did he really buy those? He really did. So we'll see you in the next video.